What's up? What's up?
Oh, I didn't see the finger point. I was waiting on it, but I was looking at the notes. What up, though?
What up? What up? What up?
What up, though? Long time no chat.
Right.
And we back.
Like we never left. Like we never left.
Took a little bit
been
of
a minute though.
Yep, June
It's been a
30th.
minute. Damn.
So that's almost 2 full months.
Summer about over though, right?
Unfortunately.
Right. We ain't really had much of one, but it is what it is. Shit
You know,
happen.
you only get one dad, so that's
Right.
been my summer.
Well, you've been doing what you're supposed to do. You definitely been doing what you're supposed to do.
But it ain't been without shenanigans and funnies, just because that's been my life. It's been really eventful.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
On both sides. On both
Yeah.
sides. Well, mine been a little. Well, shit. Yours. Damn.
Oh,
We
wait.
both been dealing with some bullshit. Real talk.
This is season 2. This is the Lady and the Savage podcast. I'm Tasha.
And I'm Chuck.
All right. We forgot to get the intro out the way. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. And to all of our loyal listeners and viewers, welcome back. We appreciate y'all.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
Now that we got the love out of the way,
Definitely.
what you do this summer?
What I do this summer? Not a fucking thing.
Who did you do this summer?
Myself. I did myself a lot. It's been pretty boring. Real talk. Like I had some real shit going on. You know what I'm saying? My son done made a mistake, so we've been dealing with that, and that's been kind of tough on some real shit. So I've been really on that and nothing else. That's where all my resources been going, is making sure that I get him back right.
True that. Shout out to C.
Yeah, so definitely pray for him.
Yes.
Because, you know, these kids nowadays, they don't really understand a lot. I
Pray
think
for all
their
of
reality is fucked up.
It is. Pray
And
for all of
it
you.
is. Like, I'm watching them, and I think a lot of them are really just... It's not their fault, though, because they lived in that other reality for so long.
Yeah.
And now the real world is slightly different, but they think they all just so... They think they swag on a whole nother level, so...
One thing somebody pointed out to me that I hadn't given much thought to, but it's very true, is the way they're growing up with this like technology-based life, they don't have no life skills.
No common sense.
You have to teach them, but I'm saying like, they don't come with any like real life skills. No. It's almost like if you can't pick up a phone and figure it out with them, they just looking like a bump on a log.
I don't even think you can do it with it in that type of situation, because I think nowadays these kids have to learn kind of the hard way. Like they got to bump their head, because speaking to them is a lot. Like, because I think for them, they already got their mind made up, and they so used to creating their own reality in an instant that for them it's hard to not do that. So when you say go left and they want to go right, they doubling down on the right, because even though you telling them that right is wrong, they already made their mind up.
True.
Like this generation is completely different. Now, I will say that this generation is fearless. Like they're not afraid of shit. Like they'll deal with whatever, but they definitely gonna do whatever they put their mind to.
And I think they have a lot of automatic opportunity. Mm-hmm. Like we grew up getting drilled that, you go to school, you go to college, get a job. School, college, job. Like they don't really. This is a world for creatives. It's a welcoming time for creatives, and everybody is a content creator, including us. Check out our content. Thank you, A Lady and a Savage podcast. But shameless plug. But no, seriously though, like this is a time for creatives. So how do you? I think college is still like, it's not a must, but I think it's still worth it or, important if you go. So shout out to those.
Depending on the field.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say shout out to the college bound kids though, who still decided they want to be doctors, lawyers, dentists,
Oh, for sure. Because
all the professional careers that require.
I kind of wish I would have stuck with it and really went to school. Like I went for a semester, got out, went back to school just to prove to my son that you can get straight A's.
Me too.
But it really wasn't me going because I wanted to go, like, really for that degree. I was just going to show, look, I work every day and I can get straight A's.
I wish I had kept going and gone on to law school, but I was tired of college being expensive, and I was tired of struggling through it, and I was tired of doing work.
But didn't Biden actually just take away some of that debt for some of these children?
Only if you have to have $10,000, at least $10,000 worth, and you have to make under $125,000 a year to qualify for the forgiveness.
Okay, that's about 80% of the population right now.
I mean, yeah, it's a good number.
It's only killing like a small percentage of interest, though.
Oh, the 20,000.
Man, it's people with interest that's more than what they.
That's sad though, because if you can't get a job that is going to pay enough in order for you to pay for that education that you already paid for, like basically getting back what you invested, there's no point.
Yeah.
Where's the return?
Yeah.
So speaking of return, going forward, if you have a business or
Definitely.
A brand or something,
Well, if you got a product you want us to try out,
we will advertise your product or service
I want to taste some food, or I want
for a fee.
like
Be clear.
definitely be clear. We're gonna give our opinion too. I mean, hopefully we like the merchandise as well, because we're a little harsh at times.
I
Well,
would
at
love
least
to
I
review
am.
some stuff for real.
She gonna love any and everything. I'm not gonna love any and everything. It's not gonna work like that for me.
I'm not that kind of softy. Like, I'm not like,
Yeah, at times.
okay, sometimes.
But what's been going on? Because I'm sure you got your ears to the street and all that. Come on, let's do the rundown.
All right, so
Our summer wasn't shit. That's clear.
clearly.
Like, we ain't got much to talk about what happened in the summer because we was both focused on priorities,
Yeah. I mean, but that's a good thing, though.
like straight priorities.
I had to throw hands, though, for the first time in like a bajillion years.
Yeah, throw hands with a nurse.
And you want to share
No,
Oh.
with a 55-year-old. I would love to say woman, but I mean,
that? Come on.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a unique situation. I understand
That's
that
crazy.
Ain't it?
that happened quickly though.
Was it a relative?
Oh, no.
No, it wasn't no relative.
One of my daddy's little biddies.
Oh.
Yeah. Her pops is the man. So what it is that, he got a little situation right now and he can't get to what he normally gets to. And you know what I'm saying? Young, old, it don't matter. Hey, they need it and he can't give them to him, so it happens. She
So
had to
they
find
acting
him.
up?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Because,
They looking for him.
There's
They-
always one that's like been hanging on for dear life, clinging. Going around with the whole, I'm his fiance, ma'am.
Well,
That's what you're not.
come on, Tosh. You got to be nice, though. They probably all think they're his fiance.
All the more reason that I actually don't have to
Like,
be
come on,
nice.
don't fuck up his game because he going to be back and he going to go see all of them.
And hopefully when he comes back, he just get him a new slew of them. Because this
Tasha-
batch.
No.
Okay.
Tasha not going to like nobody anyway.
Facts.
Tasha not going to like nobody anyway.
Facts. True daddy's girl.
Blank
Yeah,
stare.
she not going to like nobody anyway. But, hey, he the man. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to put his business out there because he got work to do. So,
All right. I've been silenced, but that's
don't hate on him. Yeah, don't hate on him.
But there's no idea how to throw these hands.
Dang, that's crazy.
Ain't it? I just the ghetto.
You too old for that.
Ain't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you is too old for that.
But if you got
I
to
had
do
to
it,
defend
do it.
myself.
Definitely.
I had to defend myself. Let's be clear.
You should have rammed their head in the door, especially at the hospital.
She a big,
You know how
Amazon,
hard
goofy, tall.
That's even more reason why you should have definitely brought them down.
Had
and
to get some hops.
Get the Mike
Yeah.
Tyson hooks in her ass.
hit them, tear that
Should've
gut
been-
up. Yeah.
So my first thing that I'm burning to talk
on
about
with
is that
Come on.
y'all been seeing them clips with Irv Gotti
I saw a couple.
promoting the Murder Inc. story documentary.
I saw a couple.
But it feels to me like more than promoting the actual documentary, he just wants to talk about his relationship with Ashanti.
I only saw a little bit. I don't think that was the majority of the conversation. That was part of him explaining something. I don't think that was a major part of the conversation, though.
But it's been like 3 different clips though.
Well, people asking at this point, once he said it the first time, people curious because especially in that era when he talking about when they was together. I mean, that's real. Like, I believe it.
Because Nori initiated it.
But okay,
I believe it.
you can always be like, I'm not talking about that. People do it all the time.
So you feel like he talking too much?
Nobody can't never get being. Oh, them lips is very loose, and they sink in all the shit.
Everybody on Nori's podcast, ain't nobody been tight-lipped with anything.
I bet if Beyonce and Jay-Z were on there,
but Beyonce and Jay-Z
not going there.
They're not going on Drink Champs.
They're not going on there.
but they would be quiet.
No, they're not going on Drink Champs.
Because if you go, you're gonna talk about pretty much any and everything. You can't really.
Actually,
say
I think Jay-Z would. Beyonce probably wouldn't, but Jay-Z would. He don't give a shit.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't think Jay-Z would tell nothing.
I think he would.
If he go on there, I don't think he would go on there.
The only thing we want to know is what happened on that elevator.
I mean, he got a lot to talk about, and Nori.
Come on now,
Nori. You know, him and Nori, they all came up in the same. You know what I'm saying? That's their era. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's trying to get Jay-Z, but if Jay-Z's schedule ain't, where it fit, then it just won't. But I think it'll happen eventually. I mean, he just did the shit with Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying, last month. So I mean, it ain't like he is closed off to. You know what I'm saying?
So then, can we play this most recent clip that I heard recently? And I want to know if you think, because I just think that even if you are answering a question or something, some of the stuff that he's sharing is just like volunteer. Like you didn't.
Maybe I haven't heard it.
Okay, so
maybe
let's
I
listen.
haven't heard exactly
let's listen
what
to this
he said.
most recent one and see what you think about this one.
Okay.
I'm on my own, and the Shanty's coming to the studio every day, and our friendship and bond is naturally growing. And she used to wear these juicy sweats, and her ass was looking fat. Her ass was looking great.
Oh my God, he's such a perv.
One day, I was like, yo, I'll take you home. She said, bet, cool. I walk into a front door of a crib. She turns to say goodbye. And I just kiss her and grab her ass.
What?
And just, mwah.
Oh my God.
It was like, what took you so long?
So
That's crazy.
is he just sharing his truth, or is this some bitch assness for kissing and telling?
That's like some confessional shit.
It's very corny.
He definitely doing the telling. He worse than the old girl that wrote the book about all the dudes she fucked in the industry.
He is, and let me tell you why.
No, that's whack. That's whack. That's too much detail. That's too much breaking down how y'all start connecting, and you don't share all that.
Especially because you were married at the time. It really just makes you look like a pig.
Don't
to
he
your
got kids?
Exactly.
Oh shit.
To your kids, to your ex-wife. Like your ex-wife lived through all of this.
But you got to remember.
Do you got to remind her what a pig you were?
Didn't he just make all that money?
Recently?
He just sold his catalog. He just did something else. He made over $100 million. So he kind of feeling back how he used to feel. So I'm the man. Like, fuck everybody. Like, he don't give a fuck about how his ex-wife feel or how them kids feel about him having Ashanti on the side. Because I'm sure she wasn't the only one. But I'm just saying, the fact he's talking about it.
Yeah, but even when your kids are grown,
wild.
they don't want to hear how you did their mama dirty. Like, that just ain't.
Yeah.
Is it grown?
No, but that's not.
It'd be different if
You don't
still
get details 20 years later. I ain't like the details.
It's very dusty.
I ain't like the details.
Oh, the other detail. He had one clip where he's like, yeah, Ashanti wrote that song Happy after we had slept together.
What's happy?
It's a song from her first album. He's saying she wrote it.
Everybody supposed to know that?
I mean, I didn't get why that was important.
Yeah, he shouldn't have told all that.
He's corny.
Okay.
And I feel like he's using Ashanti for clout because she's still relevant.
Well,
she did a versus.
Right.
She's been seen more than he has.
She did a verse. Come on. Like, that's not.
What you itching to say?
Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Like, I'm not saying Ashanti ain't, like, we know who she is. People still talking about her, but she ain't, like, relevant. Like, ain't nobody checking for her.
Damn,
like,
Ashanti.
Not like that. Now, she bad. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, she did a great job with whatever music she did. I like her. I'm not saying nothing bad.
Know what music she did. He like, whatever
It
she
ain't your
did.
beauty, it's your booty.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
but
Ashanti doing this thing. I don't think he's doing it for clout though. I don't think he don't need her for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a clout. I just think he falls in line with a lot of other people that's in entertainment. They all messy as fuck. Because
Very
guess
messy.
what?
I
If
like that.
had this interview been on the other end of it, and Ashanti said it, and when nobody said shit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When
Which most likely that's when it would happen.
when a dude tell the business, oh, how the fuck he gonna be telling this business? But when a chick be on in interviews, me telling her business about what she done did or how a nigga done did her, yeah, everybody like, oh yeah, she expressing herself and it's all good.
They all want to know.
But a dude can't do that.
They
You know
wanna
what I'm saying?
know.
It's like
He can't.
Nas. See, that's what I'm talking about. This bullshit.
But the thing
That's
about
not
it
me.
is,
I just think that men aren't supposed to care. Like that's always been a thing. Like
not
Who
public,
said?
not publicly.
as far as like
I would say
being chatty
publicly,
like that, men are usually not like that. Like for instance, have you ever had a conversation?
you
with
ain't
your,
normally just telling everything
for real? Like have you ever had a conversation?
But I'm
with
not
your
being
wife,
interviewed
bud?
either. If you interview me and you ask me a direct question, I'm gonna give you a fucking direct answer.
But I ain't gonna tell you.
we
like,
we too
how we
hold
met.
on. We too fucking grown to be about. I gotta be secretive and all that shit. Especially if me and mine's already got an understanding,
type
Well, no,
details.
that's different.
Not
but
that
I'm
you
talking
came
about
to the studio,
bro.
I took you home.
If we grown,
Like, you ain't
if
telling
we
them.
grown, and
And
somebody,
I was the first move as a married man.
if somebody asks me the
that really don't
backstory,
matter.
guess what? His ex before Ashanti already know what he did.
Yeah.
So she don't care. This is the
The ex
thing.
don't
That's the
matter.
assumption
It be-
that she doesn't care though.
She
Like
already knows this. You
No,
know how
the
many
ex
times?
don't
Hold
know.
on.
The ex don't
You know
know
how many times?
at all.
You know how many times this nigga been in the tabloids and shit about this story way back then?
Yeah.
When nobody knew who Ashanti was until that nigga.
But what I'm saying is, Ashanti don't speak on him in no
Because
good
she
manner
ain't been
in
interviewed
any way.
about
But she don't
him.
speak on nobody really. Like
He
that's
wasn't
just not-
necessarily interviewed
that's not her
about
PR.
her
Nori asked him about her.
in that clip.
No, this is before that clip. That's how that started. He wouldn't even did that
that's
clip
all he
had
cared
Nori
about
not already asked him
Fellas,
in the interview.
don't be like Irv Gotti. That is the moral
Keep
of
some
the
of
story.
the details to yourself. Some of the
Don't do
details.
it.
I ain't
Man.
telling everything.
It's corny.
I ain't telling everything. Like, yeah,
It's
we
lame.
had our minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was during the time I was married, but I ain't telling you how we used to be doing it.
I could see if him and Ashanti was like still beefing or something, or like this was like a thing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We making it a big deal, but it's really not. And if Irv Gotti being messy, Ashanti ain't gonna respond no way.
I mean,
gonna
she
respond
shouldn't.
anyway.
She
Yeah.
absolutely shouldn't.
And
good
it ain't
PR
no,
though.
and
I
there's
would
no
pay him
reason
dust.
and there's no reason to respond to old shit.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
Like I
good
said,
PR.
this
bring
You
up
don't need-
like
old shit,
listen, like I said, this
Yeah.
started from an interview.
Yeah.
It started with Nori. Nori asked about Ashanti. Just like he asked Nelly about Ashanti in his interview with Nelly.
But that was a
And Nelly- hold on.
relationship that we all knew.
Oh, they,
Yeah, but we don't care that much. Like, I don't care this much now.
God damn.
Like, yeah.
You don't want to hear it.
He
I know
said
you
it
mad
was
that
too
he
much
said what he
detail.
said.
That's all I'm
I
saying.
think that nigga can
Thank
say whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you want to say.
Yeah.
Well, everybody can say what they want to say, but is it cool?
They
to-
grown. It's cool.
It's not cool. Bug. It's not.
It's
So
not. Hey.
the clip you referencing, if you want to say he messy, that's cool too. That's that,
He
you know what I'm
tells
saying. But
everything. That's all you know.
he a grown ass man.
He gonna tell it all.
And if Ashanti,
If he was there,
if Ashanti ain't
tell
making
it.
a big deal about it, I ain't about to make a big deal
Sounded
about
like
it
a
either.
snitch. I don't know. He telling a lot of details. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
This
just make
is
it,
very
just
sad.
make it, just make
This
it
is a very
even,
sad
just make it an
situation.
even playing field.
This
If,
is a very
if y'all
sad
be hard on the
situation.
fellas, be hard on the women the same way. But
I'm hard on
but because
women.
y'all,
Yeah.
but because y'all don't, I'm not gonna let this shit fly.
Oh, I'm hard on the women.
Who not hard on the women? Come on now.
This one.
I just told you about a bird.
Hold on, we got a whole, we got a whole, we got a whole, we got a whole, we got a whole.
55-year-old.
That's personal shit.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But
that's
it's
personal.
real.
No, no,
It
no,
does
no.
count.
Hold on.
It does count, and I'm gonna
You
tell
do
you
know,
why.
you do know. I got
but
every
you didn't
episode
talk
from the
about
first
it.
season, right?
Yes,
You didn't talk about it. Like you just
but I'm gonna tell you why though. It's an issue, and this is a woman issue. Women have to stop acting entitled because they've like been in somebody's life, or they have to stop acting entitled really overall. Like just because you have played a certain role, like reality is a wife is a wife. A wife becomes next of kin. A wife makes decisions, not a fiance. A wife makes decisions. A wife can be front and center, all of those things. So if you elect to be a long-term whatever that doesn't include a wife, and if this person in your life,
Yeah, but you may not know that.
but I'm just saying, if this person in your life that you've like committed to in your own way has not put into legal documentation that you have a certain standing, it don't have to
But
be marriage.
Everybody don't do legal documentation.
Right, and that's their
So
problem.
can I ask you a question?
They need to get their papers behind.
So here's
them.
the thing, though. Let me ask you a question then.
Legally, yeah.
Is your dad giving her this
I'm sure
sense of entitlement?
Yeah.
Like, is he giving her this thing? Like, oh yeah, I am this because
her and several other hoes. That's my point. You
but-
not special,
but that's it.
mama.
Listen.
Yeah, but only you know that.
So what I'm saying.
That's
so
why she
this
should.
is so
That's
the
why
point.
she should zip
So the point that I'm trying to
I'm
make
his
is
daughter. I'm not one of his hoes, and so I'm not in competition with you. Carry on.
all I'm saying is if he's giving them this room to be what they acting like, you can't be mad at them. You got to talk to your pops. Like, hey, you need to talk to them and say blah 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 blah
And
blah
I
blah.
get it, but he not in a
because-
position
I was about to say, but the
But
circumstance.
he
I mean, I
also
get it.
not
I
in
mean,
a
I
position
get it,
to
but I'm
carry
just-
on that.
but-
So move around, sis.
But see, if he was in that position, it wouldn't be none of this going on.
Oh, it would because she that bold
No,
and
I'm
trifling.
saying it would have been
'Cause
really
she tried
no,
me
because
in
he
his
would have
presence
order.
before.
He still would have a little
she's
better
out of order all the time, even in his presence.
Oh, well.
Like a couple nights before the stroke,
Well, it was inevitable. That
she
y'all
trying
fought.
to encourage him to have a drink. I shot her a look. Don't you cut your eyes at me right there. My daddy's sitting right there. I'm like, girl, she's very.
So you saying she a bad influence?
No, she just a raggedy bitch. Like she is just ooh.
That's an elderly woman at this point.
Man, you be the 55-year-old.
She said she raggedy too.
She is a bum.
Sound like Tasha the Savage today.
Turn
Call
up.
that lady a raggedy bitch.
Savage.
We all gotta be it sometime.
That's a fact.
Shit.
Circumstantial. Come on, so let's talk about something else. Fuck, I don't want to talk about Irv Gotti and them.
That's funny.
Yeah, we were done with that. But
Yeah.
I was just saying, but that wasn't very sad of Boog. I was just disappointed.
What?
He's a Sag like me, and that wasn't
Why
very.
was you disappointed?
That I'm just shocked. I thought Boog would be like that was bitch assness to be.
No, some
Messy.
people like to tell. They're gonna tell it all. You can't ask them a question. No, they telling you everything.
All I'm saying is, had Ashanti did it, when nobody be saying shit.
Yeah.
It's a double standard when it comes to
Well, we
stuff
all
like
got
that.
double standards.
Perfect
know what I'm saying?
segue
But
into
we
the
all
next
got
little
double
topic
standard.
though, because this is a
I mean,
double
because
standard
that's a
question.
double standard too.
I think
You
that's
say?
natural though.
All right, so what's the girl named Brittany Renner? Is that her name?
I don't
I
know.
guess that's how you say it.
Brittany Renner.
What she look like?
I think she a cute girl, but she very run of the mill, like light skinned little thing.
Damn, not running the mill.
A dime a dozen, run of the mill. Seen one, you seen them all, you know.
Yeah, definitely savage today.
But she says that there's nothing different with a woman dating a man 12 years younger. So like a 30-year-old woman dating an 18-year-old man. There's nothing wrong with that.
She said there's nothing wrong with it.
30-year-old with 18.
18. I think
30-year-old woman dating an 18-year-old man. And she says there's nothing wrong with that because when you go back to Jay-Z and Beyonce, when the rumors first started swirling about them being
was
an
18.
idol, she was roughly about 18, 19. And he was
She
about
was
30. They
19
have a
when
12-year age gap.
announced that they was dating. She was 19 when they made it like they told everybody. Basically, everybody knew.
Yeah.
But I
They have a
do
12-year
think
age
that
gap.
I mean, there's two parts to that because I can't say that there's something wrong with that to a certain extent because I was that.
Right.
I was 17. They was 36. So it was larger than the 12 years. So I can't say that. I think that there is mentally something wrong with that on the side of I shouldn't have been doing that, and that does change your experiences. That does change things in your life. That does change how you handle certain things because in certain ways you're forced to mature in ways that your mind and your brain can't even understand at 17, 18 years old. So you making decisions that's beyond even your understanding, and you just saying yes because you're being guided by this older individual who has already experienced pretty much half of what you haven't. So I think a lot of that is just, it's kind of fucked up either way, male or female, but in a lot of situations as young men, we naturally kind of go with it. Like somebody 25, 26 like you 17, 18, 19, you like, ooh, yeah, shit, she got her own crib, she got her own everything. You staying with your mama. Shit, you might not even have a bedroom. You probably in the basement. So you like, shit, I'm 18, 19 years old, like, shit, let me go shoot over here. She got all her shit together.
You feeling like you really doing something.
But at the same time, she just trying to train you into the nigga that she couldn't get because she probably got a couple kids or got a kid, didn't work out with the baby daddy. She's like, let me go try this little young dude. I can mold him when at the end of the day, you can't change no fucking body.
Everybody that got different young and don't got kids.
But I think that it is something wrong with it. It is something wrong with it. But it's also, I can't say that I had a bad experience because I learned a lot.
So I for sure think it's a double standard for the simple fact that when men do it, like when they date younger, but like way younger, like 12 years or more, there's a judgment or a side eye or like, ooh, perv, ooh, creep. However, when women started doing it, when women started dating younger, it got glorified. Cool.
Yeah, Stella got her groove back.
Yeah, all that. It got
you a
all
young
of these,
one.
like, yes.
That's why I said I can't say nothing either way. Like, I don't really see.
I'm just
bad
saying
and it's not bad.
But I'm
just saying the way is put out there. It's cool for an older lady to date a younger guy.
But I think the reason
you're an
why
older guy dating a younger woman, then you automatically you're taking advantage of her. Yeah. You're a pervert.
Yeah.
You this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like it's not the same.
18,
the same stigma. The same stigmas aren't attached to an older woman.
So
you know what I'm saying? Unless you find out that they on some. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying in that situation it will still be though.
But here's why I think
they don't attach that. They don't attach that to the women. They just don't.
Yeah, because in my situation, nobody would have ever. That ain't no shit that everybody could have known. My aunties, my mama, couldn't nobody know that shit. She knew that. Like, that wasn't nothing public. Like, it wasn't nothing that everybody could know what the fuck we was doing. That shit wasn't, it's not normal.
I mean, I feel you, but I'm just talking about just out in the open. An older woman, she can date a younger man without the backlash that an older guy would get from dating a younger woman.
Especially if she doesn't look her
Especially if they 10 years, especially if it's 10 years or more, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but once you hit 30, it don't matter. We talking,
I don't know, because when I was 30, I wouldn't have dated an 18-year-old. However,
no. What I'm saying is that anything between 30 and 80, that shit don't matter. Like, you could be 80 and they 30. Or,
yeah, like now that Beyonce's 40 and Jay-Z's 52, no one's batting an eyelash at all.
18, like if she 30 and he 18, like your son, your daughter, come on. 30, I wish a bitch would knock on my door at 30 years old. Or outside waiting on my son and he 19. I'm like, man, if you ain't getting the bag from that bitch, cut it off. Because if she got you, it ain't gonna work, bro.
Oh, but it's okay if he get in the bag.
Nah, yeah, like
that is poor parenting for him.
No, I'm saying
I'm not. I can't condone.
I'm only saying in certain cases.
Son, you a savage for real. This nigga like, hey son, you getting that money though? You good.
Yeah,
you guys, this is not a reflection.
You ain't getting the money.
Get up out of that.
Nah.
I think something wrong with it a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit both ways. That's kind of fucked up. At 18 though.
Who's listening? Tap in. 248
21
854.
You can get in the bar.
9850. Because these are some good topics for the public to tap in on too. We want to hear your thoughts. 248
I think that shit is
854 9850. But the reason why I think it's different with men and women, like, I'm not saying it's different why I think it's treated differently, is because everybody always says like women don't come into their sexual prime until later. 40. They hit this peak. And they always say that the men can't keep up with their drive, but the young ones can. And so when you get an older woman who gets approached by a younger man, one, it's an ego boost for her because she like, oh, I still got it. I'm out here. I'm still looking young and popping. Sorry, I had a moment.
So you like them young?
Oh, we do got comments.
So you like them young?
I don't like them
young.
So
this your girl Jamessa.
Oh, hey, Jay.
So this is from earlier. I missed this earlier. She was talking about. She said anybody, male or female, who constantly recalls their past lives from 20 years ago is lame. She said he can always decline questions. You volunteer info because you want to be messy.
Period.
And she said that Ashanti has more class than that to entertain foolishness, though.
And
Well,
it's
I
that
did say that.
simple.
That's why I said she wasn't.
She ain't gonna never.
She ain't gonna
speak on
respond
that.
that way. But I
really
don't think she
simple.
got a problem with it though.
But how old is Irv Gotti?
Yeah, he's 40.
He
He
got-
almost 50.
I was about to say he gotta be. I think he might already be because if Jay Z
No,
is
he
52,
younger. No, he younger than Jay-Z.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
How old is Ashanti?
she's
Ashanti-
my age. She's 41.
Ashanti's is like, yeah, she's like
Oh, so they
41,
ain't got
42.
that. They
Yeah.
ain't got a big age.
She'll be
gap.
42 in
Yeah.
October.
One of her best friends is my homegirl that went to I went to high school with her. So
Okay.
yeah, she's like a year or two younger than me, and I'm 43. So
I thought she was younger than that. See, they go to compliment.
nah, but she's always looked super young though. Even when she came out.
But you know, Keisha Cole, her second baby daddy, it's a 15-year age gap between the two of them.
How old is Keisha Cole?
My age, she 41.
Oh, so he like 25.
No, he like
But
20,
what's wrong? But
like
see,
26, 27.
See now once you get past 25, it kind of don't matter a little bit. Like 40 and 25, that was normal. Now that for
So
me,
the
that
only
was normal.
so really the only issue is
18.
when they're under 21 is basically what you're saying.
I think it's
Kinda.
when they're still in it, like he
When they-
said,
when they're in the
you're still in
18
an
to 21,
impressionable stage.
Yeah.
You like no.
And you haven't had any real life experiences for real. Even though
Well, that's how
some
you
people
get 'em.
do have some life experience. Yeah. I mean,
That's how you
but
get
what
some
if,
real
but what
life
if the
experience.
30-year-old isn't really that mature of a 30-year-old? Maybe this person is on their level.
Oh, it is some
You know,
immature
age
old
is
bitches.
just a
yeah.
number.
Yeah, it's definitely some. Definitely.
Well, I mean,
Say that like you've run in.
I had a lot of them. When I was 20.
I mean, I
21.
got an experience, and people tried to get at me. When I was 32, I ended up dating somebody that was 20, and another one that was 21.
What did you think about the age difference then with someone so much younger? Not
ain't
so
give
much
a
younger.
shit.
but-
I wasn't tripping on the age difference.
But did you see
by
any
the number?
differences?
But I mean, of course, I ended up seeing the difference once I started talking to him. It's a
You
gap
didn't care.
in like experience and what I'm saying, just being able to have certain conversations you
How
can't
they see the
have.
world.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
They ain't never been no damn where. Probably ain't never even been out the city or the state, other than the little
So-
outskirts.
I mean, one of them we was real cool, but our mutual interest was music, so it just kind of worked. Plus, she wasn't as young as her age. You know what I'm saying?
She
Like,
was a mature,
so-
whatever.
She was,
age,
like
a mature
because of
such and such.
her being around her mama and aunties and certain other people or whatever. Everybody that she was always around was older than her. So even
Because I
though
would
she
tell
was
you,
20
an only
when
child be acting so old.
even though she
Like
was
only
20 when
children?
we started dating, like she literally acted like she was like 27, 28. So that's why we kind of hit it off. But then
But you
later,
knew that was
it was
20.
still certain things. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is where the gap is at when we had conversation. It was like,
See, for me, it's really like at the end of the day, it's the body for me. Like, they're.
Help me.
well, I mean, they in their prime bodies
I know,
when
but,
they're younger,
but
though.
there's levels to a woman's body where your body is not the same at 18 that it is at 25.
So what do you like? The 18 body or the 25?
That's the borderline where I have a problem with it. Is that at 18, 19, these little fucking teacup ass bodies, like the titties too tight. Like, why would you like it? I couldn't do it. Like,
Oh my God.
I'm not that guy. Like, I can't. Like, no. Like, this body ain't even. What the fuck is this? Like, no. I don't see how.
I need that TikTok sound. I'd be like,
Because how I don't get it. I don't get how dudes in their 30s can date somebody that's 18 because when she take her clothes off, like, that's a fucking
It's
kid.
not giving
Like, you
mature.
should feel bad because you should remember
It's not
that you was
woman.
17, 18, 19 with your body.
Everybody
was
that's
like,
18 don't
and he
got
was
no
like,
18-year-old.
shit.
Look like an 18-year-old, dog.
well,
I seen-
I'm gonna tell you.
I
I mean,
what my mom-
I've never dated an 18-year-old when I was, that age. But I'm just saying there are some young ones, and you be like, nah, you ain't 18.
Yeah.
I
You know
ain't
what I'm
seen them.
saying?
They look 18.
Shit, I done seen some.
Their body might look 30, but that face, everything else.
Nah,
It's just something about them that you just know.
I know, listen. I was working a gig because I DJ, so I meet all
Was she
types of
white?
women. When I was she was black, and this is
Because you know they look. Now,
so in my
niggas
in my
like you, they
30s,
look a
in my
lot older sometimes.
in my 30s, I was DJing everywhere. I literally for like a 2-year stretch, I DJ'd every night of the week. So I was at a different spot, all over the place. met all types of chicks, and it was chicks I'd meet
And she
and
looked
find
how
out
old did she
and
look?
find out how old they was, and be like, oh shit, yeah, you gotta get
How
away
old
from
did
me.
she look?
She looked 28, but she
And
was
this
only
is in her face.
no everything.
No. What her face what her face and her shoulders say?
Everything.
Did her face and her shoulders say 28?
Yes.
If her face and her shoulders said 28 at 18,
Everything, dog. I'm trying to
baby got
tell
a
you.
hard face, hard not life.
Listen,
like you at
not
18,
not
like,
a old looking 28, bro. I'm talking about
that body
women.
looks
There are
like-
women that are like 18, 19, and they have a real mature look, and they look like they are 30.
I gotta see some.
And you,
I
I'm trying to tell you, I've seen it, and
I
I've
ain't
come
seen
across them.
Yeah, I ain't seen them.
So
I seen them
and as
when
a
they
DJ, I done
look
came,
old,
and as a DJ, I done came across a whole bunch because there was a bunch of them that was trying to get on. Like, hey, can I be in the DJ booth? Can I hang out? What's up? What you doing
That's probably
after?
why they look old.
And I was like, no, that's not why they look older.
I do think the youth of today dress a little too mature sometimes. A lot
Some of them do.
times.
They makeup
Like-
makeup shit.
Even
No,
more than
not-
the
not
makeup,
just the
because like I
makeup,
went
just
to
the
my
clothes.
niece's 8th grade graduation, and some of those dresses and some of those heels, I'm like, this is
Yo,
8th
what they be
grade.
sending their girls to prom in be
Oh,
way
okay.
too much. Homecomings be way too much.
Because I'm like, how y'all gonna say something
You know
wrong
what
at
I'm saying?
18? Now younger, yeah, but at 18, how you gonna tell somebody how to dress?
18. See, this is the misconception that 18 is so
It's not
wrong.
about telling
It's not.
somebody how to dress, but at the same time, just like how, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to believe that somebody that's 18 gonna look like they 28. Like they can,
I
and
know
you
they
would,
can.
and you would know because
I would know.
they would. No, you wouldn't.
Promise you, I would know.
All right,
I can smell the baby. Like you just know. Like now, if you not paying attention and you just looking at the body, times is different. You can't just look at these bitches in these bodies because it might not be a bitch behind that body. You gotta look.
I ain't got to worry about that. Nah,
Go
so
home.
I'm just saying that's a fact. Like everybody got a BBL. Ain't that's what it's called? Where they all getting their bodies done.
I don't fuck
getting
with
their
nobody
bodies
with no
done.
BBLs.
But I'm just saying everybody.
You're off the
looking
market.
good. So it just you got to pay a little more attention. Could have been the ears looked young. Like nah, bitch, you ain't no 28. Like nah, because I see them where they young and they
I
be
ain't even
strapped
gonna
up.
I ain't even gonna respond to
Nah,
that.
but come on, you got to watch them.
But know I live.
He can't. He married.
What you mean? I mean, shit. We was just out having a good ass time last weekend at a nice little.
They was older.
We
now.
grown. All I'm gonna say is that we grown.
I can
So they
read,
was
I
over
can read
21.
between the lines.
All
very well.
I'm gonna say is that we grown,
But that was over
and
21.
we do grown ass shit.
Oh, over 21 shit. It wasn't no 18 in the building. I promise you that. See? That's what I'm saying. No, we ain't doing 18 over here. That's too fucking
No,
young.
I wouldn't mix with nobody.
Yeah, that's too young.
Yeah.
18, 19,
I
no,
shoot-
you
I
can't
shoot
even go to
them
the
away.
bar. That's too
I shoot them
young.
away.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with anyone 18 either.
What about 25? Would you date somebody
When I was
25
when
right
I was
now?
when I was 21, 22 though, I was banging this shit.
That's different.
20.
18 to 19,
That's different.
you was getting it.
But you,
I wouldn't go near below that. If you were already in college, no haps.
That's fair game.
I really don't want to deal with anyone in their 20s at all.
I'm saying right
No,
now.
I make that makes
However,
sense for
things
you.
happen sometimes.
I mean, that makes sense. In the grand scheme, that's not somebody that you want to be with.
Right. But even on some like for a good time, like I don't 20s, like
They just got to catch you at a good time.
yeah. Because with anything, somebody could slip through the cracks, right?
Yeah, they can
But-
catch you at a good
but in
time. You be
terms
like,
of,
you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and get
if
this
I
young
couldn't
energy.
be kicking it with a bunch of 20 somethings. Like the door isn't open for a bunch of y'all. Like, oh, you know, my cutoff is 30.
Because I will say, I had a 20 something in my late 30s. She was like 24. That shit was amazing.
See?
It was amazing. Because she just had the energy to do everything. Whatever. If you wanted to come up with some shit, she was with it. And
She
she
was
could
down.
did it. She could
They
get
out
it.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
But they was over 21.
I'm approved.
She was 24.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You ain't going that low.
But I'm just saying, but I was like 30, I was 36.
Well, I did that.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think I was.
And she was 24? That's not that bad to me. 24 and 36.
How old was I? 30. I was 35. I think.
But I'm just saying, like, if you think about it, that's still towing the line of this 30 to 18.
Well, actually, I did do 12 years. She was 23. I was 35.
Not that
What's
I would
your
have talked to
biggest
her.
age gap?
Not that I would have talked to her when I was 30. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
What's
That's
been
why
your biggest age gap of like younger that you've messed with? Where the person was younger than you?
Probably 23.
Not her actual age, but the age gap. Like how many years?
12.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about you?
the biggest age gap for me was 12.
Yeah, it was
13.
like 12. But they wasn't 18. I said,
Like I said, the
23.
20-year-old that I ended up talking to, I was 32.
Because I got you beat.
Yeah.
What's your
All I'm
biggest
saying
age?
is like 14. Yeah.
What?
You out here. But I will say the biggest gap
14.
that I dated like older than me when I was working at the plant and
Oh,
I was
that don't
21.
count.
I was 21 and the chick was 50.
Yeah, I can't tell y'all that.
You know what I'm saying? She was my mama's
I was
age.
just doing the mental math. Like,
And I was like, oh shit.
I refuse
Like,
to put
she
my
was trying to
business
get
on
on.
the streets.
And she was on tough.
she was a cougar.
I got you beat, but I'm not gonna go there.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
Is this rest in peace?
Hey,
I don't know
I
if
mean,
she's still alive.
if you like the ones, you know what I'm saying, in the retirement age, I ain't mad at you because
We was working at
it's something that's older.
Marmol.
It's definitely some older that I would have knocked down and got on if I'd, you know what I'm saying, if I'd have had the chance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Shit,
times
she
it's just
was-
about opportunity.
Shit, she was 30 years older to be 30
I will
something
say-
years older than me then.
One thing that does frustrate me though about dating younger is the communication.
Yeah,
Well, you ain't
that's
supposed to communicate.
that's typically the biggest issue. That's why most people
Take
don't
me
date
out,
anybody that much. You know what I'm saying?
You
When you
can't
know it's a
have
big
a conversation.
age gap, you typically not dating them.
But it's not not even conversationally. I'm talking about like the literal, the communication. Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
It's different.
the whole like.
I mean, shit.
that's
That's
natural.
why.
though.
That's why I laugh at.
Yeah.
I laugh at the shit. How Stella got her groove back, and she started. As soon as she started talking to him about conversation, and like you're supposed to be able to say this, and you
Yeah.
should do
No,
that.
you're
And
not.
he like,
blank stare.
what you mean?
I
Like,
He don't
did
know.
tell
He don't know.
I did say that. He did.
He haven't gotten there yet.
you know
And,
what I'm
like,
saying?
As
So
a talker, reader, writer, I'm
But that's why I
heavy.
said 18,
So I just be
19.
like-
You can't do that. 18, 19, way too young.
So
yeah, you have to find a unicorn, and those ain't around that much.
So this is just a fun one about red flags. I came across this list on Instagram, and I was
Is this the list that you sent me a couple
Yeah.
days ago?
yes, I came across.
Oh, did you want me to play
this
this video though with the Brittany Renner?
list.
No, we don't
We
want
don't
to
have to anymore because we already talked about her. What she had to say. She
Oh,
thought
I didn't even know what she had to say.
Oh, you want to hear it
I mean,
for yourself? It's
I'm
not
interested.
long. It's
No,
not
she
long
was
at
just
all.
saying there wasn't no difference.
Yeah, it's not long
She
at
was
all.
saying just
You
what
can
it was a
go on and
double
play it.
standard.
Because I don't know.
There's a 12-year age gap is what we're talking about. So if I'm 30 years old and I'm talking to your son that's 12 years younger than me, what's the problem?
Do you understand?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
My problem with that would be is that you have more experience than he is, and I would want him to live his life a little bit more before dealing with someone that's seasoned. I have two children,
Yeah.
2 sons.
I have a son as well. So, I mean, I think even when I think about Jay-Z and Beyonce, whether you're talking about me or Jay-Z, what's the difference?
I wouldn't encourage my son to date someone that's 12 years
Right.
younger than him either. So immediately, like the conversation went to the comparison. I hold both parties accountable, in
Right.
that. And
There you go.
I wouldn't like either of that, any situation like that.
Huh?
Shout out to Randy.
Agreed. Yeah, it's a lot. I agree. That's too young.
So I'm gonna just read just a couple of these because they were freaking funny, and then I want to know what y'all red flags.
What is a red flag?
Like for well,
What
like
do you
what's
think
your,
out is a red flag?
like what are your like when you deal with women, you be like, red flag. Like
I don't really have red flags.
how can you not?
Go ahead, let's hear your red flags.
We chock full of them as women. I mean,
but I don't-
honestly, y'all are too. But I mean, everybody.
I don't have none.
So some of the funny ones from this list, sassy.
This is a red flag.
I don't like no sassy dude. Oh,
well, that makes sense for a
That's
dude.
what I said. That.
yeah, this
That
is
would be
a
a
woman's red flags toward dudes.
Yeah.
Like when she encounters dudes like this, that's a red flag for her. So
Oh,
sassy.
okay. Gotcha.
Does the hip dance on TikTok. You see that? They-
wow.
But I
ooh,
told
they
y'all
wearing
that.
out.
I said I don't know how everybody's setting their phones up, but yeah, it's a red flag.
This one took me out. He having too many bad days / fighting demons. If I had
It's a red
$1 for
flag.
every time I heard that, so that's a definite.
Somebody told you that
Yes, I've heard.
they had a bad day because they was fighting demons.
No, that it's the either or. Like always having a bad day, or they say stuff like, "I'm just fighting demons." Like
Oh wow,
yeah.
y'all dealing with the same niggas. Keep going. That's what it sounds like.
Big bling bling sparkly belts.
Big who?
Bling bling sparkly belts.
Who wears sparkly
I can't
belts?
believe. No, that's coming back. These motherfuckers is wearing, the cowboy belts, the big cowboy belts, but it's like stoned
But
out.
they stoned
Like
out.
how
That's
the
for
girls-
chicks.
Remember, girls used to wear that on their dresses and all, mini skirts and shit back in the day.
Chicks still wearing them.
No, niggas is wearing them on their jeans.
Nah,
They is purchasing these belts.
nah.
I
Yeah, they
promise
are.
you. Yeah,
They are.
That's terrible.
they want to shine.
That's terrible.
And the last one I'm gonna call out. She had 35 on the list, but some of the funny ones. Last one I'm gonna call out. He dick rides his rapper friends. It's giving groupie. I have encountered that so many times.
What you mean?
Like,
Are y'all jealous because he's supporting his people, or like what are y'all consider?
okay, so I'm gonna tell you a scenario,
Yeah,
and
because
I'm
some
gonna try
women,
not to.
because some women say dudes dick riding, and they don't even be
and they
dick
just
riding.
don't want you with your homeboy.
Yeah, they just don't. They just don't want you.
I'm gonna give you a scenario, and I'm gonna try not to use
That could be
names.
all bullshit. Let's go ahead. Don't say no names. Just say how they was dick riding,
Okay, so like.
playing they shit all day.
They're an aspiring rapper themselves.
Okay.
And so they might be plugged with a couple like higher name local rappers, even though they're not like, it's not like it's Big Sean or somebody, but a little couple well knowns. And all day long, that's what they saying. Oh, I was at so and so crib. I was like, say if it was payroll.
So they boasting.
Yeah,
Like
or
they just constantly.
So they just name
Oh,
drop.
I was on the phone with it's just always, oh, did you hear? Oh, so and so dropping something new. Y'all ain't heard it yet, but it's fire. Stuff like that. Like, it's just very corny. It's dick
I don't know if it's a red flag though. Maybe he's just
It's
that
dick
excited
riding, and
about.
that makes it the red
But
flag.
maybe he's just that excited about music, and he that excited about the people that he's meeting.
There are some people that's
who are
just like that,
naturally
and
like
not because
that,
they dick
yeah.
riding though.
They just naturally
literally are
excited.
just one of those like I got to tell everybody what I know or who I know because they think.
And you said
that's
they're an
okay.
inspiring artist themselves, so they loving
In
what
this
they
example.
but they loving what they doing because they loving every aspect of it. And y'all taking it as I don't want to hear about that shit. He talking about it too much. He talking about where he been, where he going, and y'all like, nigga, you dick riding.
It's giving groupie.
See, you wrong for that.
So I think personal red flags, definitely like lack of accountability. Like I hate for somebody to try to switch up the words. No, that's not what I said. What I said was, and then they try and make it fit.
I'm fully agrees. I just looked at the camera. My shit shining like a motherfucker.
No real dates.
That's not a red flag. That's a reflection of your decision making.
No, that's a red.
That's not a red flag. If a man ain't taking you on real dates, that's a reflection of what you accepted.
No, but if they're telling
Yes.
no, I'm saying like
You have
if-
She ain't trying to hear
no,
what you
because he's not.
You got
y'all not
100%
listening.
control
No,
over
you
that.
just
If
not
having
trying
a
to-
conversation
You have
with somebody,
100%
but listen,
control.
if you having a conversation with somebody that you haven't gone out with yet, and you like, well, when is the last time? Where's your favorite date night spot, or where's the last time
Why
you
you
been on a
asking
date?
that?
And they like,
You
didn't
should be
really-
asking when are you going to
Most
take me on a
dudes,
date.
most
Oh
dudes
no, I
not.
don't think I should have to ask that part.
Most
Then why
dudes
we
ain't gonna
talking on
answer
the
that. No
phone?
way.
Then why you talking on the phone if you can't say when you gonna take me on a date?
I'm moving
Like,
around.
stop calling my fucking phone and texting me if you ain't taking me nowhere. That's what y'all should be saying. Like, oh, well, what's your favorite?
But you see, she ain't want to
your
accept what you
favorite date
said though.
spot?
I'm
She ain't want to accept what you
what's
said.
your red flag?
That's not a red flag.
I don't really have none because I accept people as they are. I take them fully as they are and
I know
all the
Wood
way that
has
they
some.
come.
What were yours?
So,
No, mine has only been lying.
Yeah, is that a Sash thing? That we can't take liars? Because I really can't.
Well, you know, so like this is
seem like
so this the thing. Like in general,
like why are you lying about that?
In general, I always spot a liar. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no big deal. I'll be like, whatever. I don't have to deal with you. But when it comes to somebody that I'm dating, it's an automatic cutoff because I'm like, if you feel like you got to be lying to me, even about little stuff.
You'll lie about
whether
big
you
things.
you trying to cover something up or because you feel like I'm not going to accept your past and whatever, I'm gonna be like, you know, that's just stupid, and I'm gonna just keep it moving.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? For me, that's just it's an automatic. Like, nah, that's a non-negotiable when it comes to dating.
But see, I don't think that's a red flag though, because he's not.
It is a red flag.
He's not dealing
when it comes to
at
dating.
all.
When it comes to dating, that's a red flag because
it's
going to get worse.
Okay.
If they doing it in the beginning. If you first meet somebody and your first initial antenna go up and like, ooh, they lying.
That's the end of the conversation.
And then you ask them a question to see if they're gonna tell you the truth, and then they don't, and they lie again. It's a wrap.
That's why I said it should be.
They're gonna keep lying. So if you stay around, you basically sabotaging yourself, and you gonna get whatever you should have got because you stayed around a fucking liar who gonna get you jacked up.
Because that's what I think people missing when y'all saying red flags. A lot of red flags is what motherfuckers is dealing with.
And over.
Like, it's the red flag because you in a 10-year relationship and half of that list is the motherfucker that's in the other room. So that's why I'm like, when y'all say red flags, like, I ain't got none.
You've been ignoring
Because if I can ignore them, that ain't red flags. I'm accepting this bullshit.
I mean, it can still be a red flag. We can all choose to ignore a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's heavy. Like you said, lying. Like, damn, motherfucker lying to you about every look. That ain't no red flag.
That's
no
a
more.
red flag.
That's definitely a red flag.
You should be gone.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that just choose to be like, well, they'll get with me and they'll change. Like,
actually,
no.
that's like what I text.
9 times out of 10, every time somebody be like, yeah, they'll change because
I don't know if I'm
gonna open them up and then they gonna be able to trust me and no, they still gonna lie.
Let me see if I still.
They still gonna lie.
No, that's actually a question that somebody sent. This is they sent me a what you call it, a vanishing message.
Message on vanish mode.
Yeah, on vanish mode. Because I actually know them. So it's a little, I don't know if I want to put that question. They said to put
I'll read the other one.
Okay,
Go ahead.
read the other one.
All right. So
what's the other one you got?
she says, I've been seeing this guy. I can't call it dating because we only went out twice. Once for his birthday, and then 4 months later, he was my date to a party. We've been talking / texting, sexing, seeing each other for the last 9 months. Just recently, he told me he wasn't looking for anything serious because of his finances. Completely understandable. There would be times where he needed things, gas, food, etc., and I'll look out way more often than I should. My birthday was last week, and he lost his best friend the day before, so him not wanting to be bothered or do anything, I kind of understood. Wednesday, I'm anonymously scrolling in his Instagram and see he posted that he was at a concert. It was Music Soul Child, Chrisette Michele, and Kiki Wyatt. I asked him about it, and he said he was with the fellas. The next day, back on his page, and it's a slideshow with a lady, someone he's been seeing since March. I definitely let him know I saw him, and I am having a hard time walking away. I let my guard down. I feel like I was used, misled, and betrayed, and I don't want to walk away peacefully. He needs to feel this same hurt I'm feeling. I'm going to let y'all go first.
I think I want you to go first.
Yeah, I want to hear what you guys say.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear what you
Okay.
I kind of got an idea of what you about to say, but I want to hear what you guys say.
Okay, so I think that sometimes women don't take accountability for their choices. Like, you already up front out the gate mentioned that you can't call what y'all were doing dating, but you agreed to continue on the situationship after he gave you his excuse for why he wasn't looking for a relationship, which was my finances. So you saying that's understandable. You agreed to walk into or enter into any situationship that he was willing to offer you. You told yourself that there shouldn't be anybody else in the picture if he's not willing to date because of his finances. not really telling yourself that he also could be full of shit. So once you discovered the lady friend, that was really your cue to be like, oh, he full of shit. I'm gonna need to cut my losses. You already admitted that you having a hard time walking away. Is it because you having a hard time walking away because you attached, or is it you having a hard time walking away and not blowing up his spot? Because even if you try to blow up his spot, that's unfair, because again, you signed on for what he said he was going to be able to offer you. You could have not engaged in that. You could have been like, well, catch me when you get your finances together.
I'm enjoying this accountability right now.
But it's true.
It is. You dumb as fuck. And that's just facts. 15 years is you stupid.
So, no, ma'am, he doesn't need to feel the same hurt that you're feeling, because he will one day via karma. That is not for you to deliver. It's not up to you, because if he's done this to you, he's done it to others, and God will deal with him. You're just mad. And the only person you can be mad at, you go on in your bathroom, cut the light
That's
on.
yourself.
Turn on that mirror, get in that mirror. It's yourself. For
once he
accepting less
said that
than
he
you
couldn't do
deserve.
it. Yeah, once he said that he wasn't looking for something and it was due to his finances. In those situations, you want to always pull back. I recommend any woman to pull off of that instead of trying to offer assistance, because the assistance that you offering is just the assistance to get away from you. Like what you really, that's what a lot of y'all don't understand, is that if he's that down and y'all are not together and you just somebody that he's dealing with, you actually are a resource at that point. You are one of the people that he call when he need gas, or he got to get something to eat, or he looking for somewhere to sleep at tonight because he got this situation, but that's why he keep it cordial.
Yep.
So definitely you want to keep yourself out of that situation.
So, you're bad. If you want him to feel the same hurt that you feeling, just talk to God and be like, God, you're going to handle him right. You got it right. Okay. Because you can't, it's not on you. The lovely lady he been seeing since March, that's their business. You need to go find you somebody that want to commit to you or got their finances together or whatever their excuse going to be. And let that person love you.
I don't think it's an excuse. It's just, it may be their real situation.
Well, it was an excuse if he got a whole boo.
Yeah, but everybody, I don't think it's necessarily a boo. It's probably just another resource. She said somebody else that he was dating since March. So that's less than 9 months. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So which means that he met this woman while he was already dealing with her. So that's a resource.
And how were you misled?
You know, pillow talk. I'm sure there's always pillow talk. And I think that's where a lot of...
Probably.
Yeah, that's where shit get confusing and tricky, because y'all are emotional creatures. So him holding you misled you. Yeah. Like, instead of whatever y'all was doing, y'all went back to being just separating, or him going about his business, him spending the night holding you, doing extra shit. But at the same time, what y'all forget is that a lot of us men like affection as well.
Yeah.
So whether we want to be with you or not be with you, sometimes we want to hug because we want to hug.
Well, he goosed you on your birthday. That was red flag.
Yeah, now that was a red flag.
Because even if he was in a funky mood because of his friend passing, y'all didn't necessarily have to like go out on the town. Even if y'all made it a Netflix and chill night, exactly. Yeah. And if he told you, I'll spend time with you, but I want it to be low key or whatever. And then he could have brought you like
dinner,
a little flower, some food or something like that to show like, I'm acknowledging your birthday. But like, and birthdays are big for me on a personal level. Like, you goose me on my birthday, you can keep it to pushing.
I feel that.
Because you don't have to get, it ain't like you got to pull out all the stops if we just cool.
I used to break up with people on their birthday when I was younger.
You didn't want to get that gift?
No, I was just an asshole. Birthdays and holidays, I was the worst on that shit. It happens. But I'm actually gonna read what I sent Tasha, because it's actually interesting. So
this is you responding?
I actually responded. I didn't tell you that I responded.
Oh, okay. Let me see what you said.
I didn't tell you what I said, but I'm gonna tell you what I said. So
right.
Basically, this chick messaged me and said that she knows her husband is cheating on her, She's known that he's been cheating on her for over a year, but she does not say anything, but a lot of times she secretly cries. And she asks me, how should she bring it up, or should she bring it up at all, or should she just be okay because her life is so good? They don't have kids. They not probably looking to have kids. They move around a little bit. So they always doing something different. But I asked, because this was my response before you tell me how you feel.
Is he wealthy? Like, what makes her life so good with him?
I think they both got a little money.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they both got a little money because, okay, so here's the thing. He's what y'all say y'all want. He's a man. Like, he pay all the bills.
Protector,
the house,
provider.
The car, whatever she want. They take trips together. They do stuff together. They have regular dates. Everything. Those was my questions. Did his behavior change? Did y'all have less sex?
Okay.
Was he attentive to you still? Did he make you still feel like you can trust him?
Yeah.
And she said yes. So my answer was, pick your battles. Why bring up something that he is doing that you know he's doing? He hasn't shown any sign or any disruption in your house and in your lifestyle. Why create it?
I think turning the other cheek is okay if you can. Like, if you can for real handle it, then okay, turn the other cheek. But because I
feel like, what's the conversation? If the conversation isn't you coming and you putting it on the table, like, you doing this to me, I need you to stop. But
it sounds like she's sad about it. It ain't like it don't seem like she can turn the other cheek and let him do him and still enjoy her perks of being in the marriage or relationship, and then go get her a little friend.
How I'm taking it as, she want to talk about it, and it doesn't sound like that she's trying to leave either way.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's nothing
her
to talk
whole
about.
point of crying is because she hasn't had the conversation and she don't know how to bring it up and talk to him about it, because there's always something to do. There's always a plan. There's always things going on with them that is like, at any moment, I'm messing up the mood. I'm messing up the moment.
And talking about it, he will have to be honest too. Like, we don't know that he'll be honest.
But that's what I wanted to understand. Like, what did you really plan to get out of it?
Exactly.
Like, if you know he's doing something that you don't agree with, unless you coming to him, just like you said, for the honesty, or to figure out a way to make the relationship work. If it's just to get confirmation or you want to hear him hold himself accountable, I wouldn't do that, because you're going to disappoint yourself.
You are.
Because although you know for a fact and you have your own proof, he could still deny it.
Yeah, and whether you admit it or not, you got expectations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that would crush her. So I feel like she should, in my opinion, is if she going to stick with him, there's nothing to talk about.
I agree. Unless you leaving.
Or you trying to work it out where y'all have an agreement within y'all relationship. There's no reason to bring it up.
Where it's not behind your back anymore.
Yeah, then there's no reason to bring it up. Because I think that's just going to hurt the relationship. Mm-hmm. When it's going well.
We can't all have a look of Nick Cannon.
Well, that's kind of polygamy. Like,
but yeah, but he got, I say that's luck that he has so many women who down for that.
Well, you can take care of them, so.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. But no, that's what it was. So you think she shouldn't say nothing either? Mm-mm. Okay. So we on the same page?
Because, like I said, it's just, people lie. If you're not going to leave them, or if you know you can get past it and turn the other cheek, just... Because it's ghetto out here. It is. Everybody is. Everyone's
Did you say it's ghetto out here?
Everyone's a damn red flag, okay?
Yeah.
So just pick the red flag that's smallest.
No, just pick what works for you.
That's what I mean by smallest.
Yeah, pick what
whatever
works for
you could deal with.
That's what I said. I just didn't tell you because I wanted you to give your opinion.
You wanted my fresh, raw
So I wasn't
perspective.
going to tell you that I already talked about it. Like, I already responded and everything. Like, just don't even waste your time if you still want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Why are you yawning?
Because I don't get much sleep. I'm back to work. I'm tired, okay? I'm old.
But you don't really do shit. Like, let's keep it real, y'all. She don't really do shit. Like, aren't you sitting a lot of time?
Let me tell you something.
You don't really directly deal with children all day.
I get up often. I have to take things to the front of the school often.
She ain't doing shit.
I have to get up. Shoot, the other day we did
She probably the lady that's sitting in the office that you be trying to get their attention and they be looking at their phone like they really doing some shit or staring at the computer and making you wait and you like, excuse me, ma'am, and the lady behind the desk at the principal office just sitting there.
We did an evacuation drill to plan for if there were ever to be an active shooter, and we had to walk. There's this community center next door, and that's our evacuation spot. So we had to walk there and walk back to the school. When I tell you, I was like, I'm done for the day.
See, she wasn't doing shit else.
I had 5,000 steps before 10 o'clock in the morning. I was like, we're done here. And then the next day,
so did you get up anymore?
I was sore. Yeah, I got up because I had to. But the next day, I was sore as heck. Like I had just ran 5 miles.
It'd be like that. That's how you know she ain't doing shit all day.
I feel judged.
But ready to go home and go straight to sleep.
Straight.
Promise y'all she going straight to bed. She'll be asleep at 10:30.
That's the goal. It ain't been working out that way, but that is the goal.
I'm sure it is.
I like to be in the bed.
Well, I'm definitely going to sleep early today as well, especially after everything that we've been going through during this summer.
Yeah. Right.
Sometimes we need some rest. Shit been real and real strong. But through all of that, just remember one thing: God is good.
Yes.
I will say that. Everything that I lost, everything that has been taken, I have definitely received back. And
sorry.
I'm blessed.
Yes, me too.
I cannot complain. I have no complaints. I'm definitely blessed.
Me too. I'm just thankful to God for keeping my dad.
Amen.
He does have a long road ahead of him still, even 2 months later. But he is a fighter and he is making progress and he is slowly but surely coming back, especially mentally, because he been cussing me out lately. It's been pretty funny.
Oh, he coming back then?
Yeah,
because he about ready to hit the streets. Like,
did I say?
He got all these biddies blowing him up, waiting on him, trying to get back at him.
This dude yoked me up on my shirt and was like, "Bring me some pussy." I said, "Daddy, that's not in my wheelhouse."
Yes, it is.
It's not.
He basically saying, "Go get one of my hoes. Stop playing with me."
That's not in my wheelhouse.
Go get one of my hoes, bring them up here, and then take her home. You got to do that for your daddy. If your daddy wants you to go get one of them, you got to go get one of them.
No.
Give him a good 40 minutes, an hour. Might be bagged up.
He worried about the wrong things. That
might help.
He got to get the walk in.
That's gonna actually make him rest. That's gonna give him. He'll rest a little bit more if you bring him somebody.
Well, it gotta be somebody.
He'll be more chill,
it gotta
more
be
relaxed.
somebody completely.
Because that's where the aggression coming from. Lord. That's why he like go. Did you hear what she said her daddy did? Man, I ain't mad at him. I want to be like that when I get his age.
Clenched his teeth and everything. Like, I ain't bring you some pussy.
Yeah.
I said something. I said, why half the time I can't understand nothing you say, but that was clear as day.
Yeah. He basically what he's saying is that he wants some companionship. So you might have to let one of these bitches come up there and kick it with him. Like, what about the one that wouldn't get off the phone that day? Just let her go sit with him for an hour, Tasha.
I wanna go home. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Definitely. We appreciate y'all coming to check us out. We are back. We're going to have some interesting topics coming up this season. We're going to have a lot of different guests. And we're going to have a good time. And we hope y'all enjoying everything. And we really about to turn this shit up for sure.
For sure. Every Thursday, 8:15. Thank you.
Peace.